On the show Silo, owning an old book can get you killed. They're called relics, objects from the world before, and the people in charge decide which ones survive. That's fiction. This isn't. Court documents unsealed this year reveal that an AI company spent 2 years secretly buying millions of used books and destroying every one of them. The company is Anthropic, maker of the Claude chatbot. The internal name for the program was Project Panama, and one planning document, later unsealed in court, says exactly what it was for. 2 lines from that memo: Project Panama is our effort to destructively scan all the books in the world, and we don't want it to be known that we are working on this. Here's how it worked. Anthropic bought used books in bulk, tens of thousands at a purchase, chiefly through Better World Books and the UK's World of Books. Ordinary used book retailers, buying at an extraordinary scale. Then a vendor took over. A hydraulic cutting machine sliced the spine off every single book, so the loose pages could run through high-speed industrial scanners. Once the words were captured, the paper was recycled. One vendor listing said Anthropic wanted to convert 500,000 to 2 million books in 6 months. Across the life of the project, reporting consistently puts the total purchases in the millions. And here's where the silo comparison actually breaks, in a way that matters. In the show, relics are outlawed to keep ideas from spreading. Nobody at Anthropic was trying to erase these books. They wanted the words so badly they digitized every page. What they threw away was the object, the specific paperback, the specific copy. That's a stranger kind of loss than censorship. It's closer to a trade. Why books, and why older books specifically? Internal reasoning cited wanting text that could teach Claude, quote, how to write well, instead of mimicking, quote, low-quality internet speak. The broader industry logic: books written before the recent AI content boom are clean, human-written text, a hedge against what researchers call model collapse, where AI trained on AI-written internet junk slowly gets worse. An honest correction before we go further. Some coverage claims rare or first edition books went through that cutter. Fact-checkers at Snopes call that part unconfirmed, and Anthropic denies targeting rare collectible books at all. What's actually confirmed: destructive scanning at industrial scale of ordinary used books. What's not confirmed: any specific rare or collectible book being destroyed. We're not going to pretend otherwise for a better story. This all surfaced because authors sued. Andrea Bartz, Charles Graeber, and Kirk Wallace Johnson brought the case that forced these internal documents into the open. Judge William Alsup ruled that training an AI on lawfully acquired book text is fair use, and that destructively scanning a book you legally bought is fair use too, like converting a format you already own. But separately, Anthropic had also pulled millions of pirated ebooks from shadow libraries. That piracy was not covered by the fair use ruling, and that's specifically what led to the settlement. Anthropic agreed to pay $1.5 billion, the largest AI copyright settlement on record, to the class of authors whose books were pirated, averaging around $3,000 per book. So plainly, buying a book, destroying it, and training on the text, a judge called that fair use. Pulling that same text from a pirate library is what cost them $1.5 billion. It's already changing the used book market. One Dutch bookseller got a request for around 3,000 copies of one title and assumed it was spam, until it turned out to be a real AI training order. That's not one weird order, it's a pattern. AI companies are now a real source of demand in the used book market, buying at a scale ordinary readers never see. If you're a reader, here's the honest read. The books on your shelf were never part of this program, but institutional AI buying is now a real force in what used to be just readers and collectors. One honest note about us: this video was made with help from the same class of AI these companies build, trained in part on books like the ones this story is about. We're not reporting on this from outside. We're standing right inside the thing we're describing, and we'd rather say that plainly than let you find out later. Which is exactly why the object still matters. A model can hold the words. It cannot hold the specific copy that was dog-eared, or given away, or found in a used bin 20 years later. That specific copy means something because it happened to be yours. That's not information. It's a relic, the kind worth keeping on purpose, not by accident. If this made you want to hang on to the books already on your shelf, we've got free printable bookmarks waiting at hookedtobooks.tv/bookmarks. Print them, cut them, use them. And subscribe, because we cover the reading world honestly, the good parts and the uncomfortable parts, AI included, every single week.